I have a little project this morning. We're going to replace the fender lights in the Grey Ghost, the dually, with some new LED. They're actually stick-on lights, and I'll show you what I mean here. These new lights will it's kind of a plug and play. Take off the old light, plug these in. They actually got two-sided, I believe it would be 3M tape to stick them in place, and they will take the place of the two back red lights. There's one each side, and then on the front of the fender there's two amber ones. And the reason I decided to go with these, over the years we'll lose one or two of these lights. I've never had a big issue, but the plastic will get, the plastic clip on the back side of these, and I'll show you, will get fatigued. That plastic will just deteriorate and they'll just break off for no reason. And if you're lucky, they'll stay hanging there. Sometimes they fall in the fender. There's a metal clip on the back that helps retain them. Sometimes they rust out. And it always happens when you're away from home or you don't notice it. And the front ones you can see in the mirror, the back red ones you can't see till you're walking around the truck or till you get stopped, which I've been lucky, never been stopped. Like I said, we've never had a big issue, but it's always something you got to think about to keep all the lights working. And so anyway, the other day I walked around the truck and this light here was hanging out of the fender. The clip on the back was broke, the plastic had broke. It was hanging, so there's no way to really fix it. So since I had to use the truck, I went to plan B, which was clean this area behind this light real good with alcohol. I cleaned the back side of this little lens real good with alcohol and cut little pieces of Gorilla tape, two-sided Gorilla tape, which works really good, and just stuck it in there. So I thought, well, that holds pretty good, and it's held for about a week. And I think we've been through a car wash once, I believe. So anyway, I decided, I came inside and did some searching for replacements, and I found these lights here, like I was showing you, with adhesive on the back. So now all we have to do is take these out, which to take them out, you got these little clips you got to redo. Then if you got to get the inner fender where you can get inside there, and a little clip here, just you can get your arm in there and take those loose, because those lights, like I say, just plug and play. They do have a polarity. There is a positive and negative, so you just got to turn the plug right, make sure they work. But hopefully it's a pretty easy swap. We'll find out here. I will let you know. I'll give you an update as we're going. So there's what that plug looks like, plugged in, just like any plug connection on a car, and it's sealed. And then this gray part just twists out of this lens, and that new light plugs into this gray part. And we'll make sure we put dielectric grease in that connection and in that connection when we go back together, and then we'll tape this up. I'll show you that when it goes back together, and it's pretty slick deal. So here's what we have, if you can get a load of this. Here's the lens. It's broken. There should be a plastic clip here till where it's broken, plastic clip here till where that is broken. It'll catch here and here when you push them in. This goes on the back side of the fender. and then this push in from the front side, and you have to hold back, put your hand back here and hold this and push it in. I mean, it's a pretty simple setup, except that plastic over time gets fatigued, just gets brittle, and they'll just break for just vibration. So I popped the inner fender loose, had to take one of these loose. I showed you that before. It came loose, and I could get my arm in there, which was you can tell that. Get my arm in there, right in here, and get this out. I'll clean this good. This plug in here, I will clean it, and I'll put some dielectric grease in it, and we'll plug that light in to make sure it works, and we'll peel the sticky tape off after we clean this real good and put her in place. See what it looks like. About dielectric grease, it just comes in a little tube. I think you can get bigger tubes, but it goes a long way, and I just squirt it. See it right in there a little bit, flip it over, right in there, and that'll get in both connections. That just saves corrosion and moisture getting in there. All these little things help. And while we're on that subject, to tape them up, get some good tape. You know, this Scotch Super 88, and you even get in different colors. I've got them black. You know, it's $3-4 a roll, depending on where you get it. It stretches, it sticks well, but you can get it loose. That $1 roll stuff, 75-cent roll stuff, let somebody else get that. You're a real trucker. You don't want to use that stuff. Use the good stuff. Now there's an example of one I took apart, was broke. It hadn't fallen out yet, but it would have probably you know, in Nebraska or Oklahoma or Oregon or someplace like that, where it'd be a little not quite as convenient to fix as here at home in front of the garage. So I think it's a good update, and a good pre-repair, I guess. So here's the first one installed. Well, it's not in yet, but it's plugged in, and I'll show you how we did that. It's pretty simple. That plug comes out from the back of the light, actually, and I'll show you on another light. The socket, bulb socket, comes out, twists out of here, and you plug the new light in to where this came out in this black socket, and just plug it back in, and it's just pushed in. Like I said, I put dielectric grease on these contacts just for corrosion, and I will tape this up before I put it back in, and before I put the fasten the inner fender, and before I glue this down. So I will tape it. I'm not going to take a chance on it coming undone. First one done. Ain't that a pretty light? So here's where those inner fender clips I was telling you about go. There was two. I took them loose. You take them loose, and you can just enough to get your hand back in there, and chances are that light lens may be broken, and we'll see. But if not, you just pry it out of there a little bit, and that's about all you got to do. So this is what they look like all said and done. Rear one, the front one. There's one on each side. Takeaways from this, they actually stick out a little bit more, if you notice. The other ones are almost flush. Visibility should be better. The RLED, they should last no telling how long. Takeaways from this also is don't put one in the wrong spot. Don't put a red one up there and a yellow one back here, amber one back here. I didn't do that, but that could easily be done, kind of in a hurry or not paying attention, so don't do that. Things you'll need. You'll need a tool similar to this or this to pop those little rubber, what do you want to call them, to take the inner fender loose. Makes it a lot easier. These I've had. Those are brand name Lyle. I bought them at the local auto parts store. American made. I'm sure you can find them elsewhere. I'm sure you can get them at the cheap Chinese tool store, but that's up to you. And that's really all you need. Is good electrical tape, which you don't have to have. It's just preventive repair maintenance. Same way with the dielectric grease, you don't have to have, but if you work on anything, you should have all these things. All these tools you should have anyway. And that's really pretty much it. Pretty straightforward. I don't know how long. I didn't time myself, but an hour maybe. Easy. I mean, it was easy. I already didn't get in any hurry. Took my time. I'd never even done one or seen one done, so kind of just wanted to make sure I did it right. And don't forget to take, don't forget to take some rubbing alcohol and clean the area on your fender. After you get the old light out, this area behind here, clean it with a paper towel and rubbing alcohol real good. And clean the back of this new light with rubbing alcohol. Make sure there's no grease on it, from being packed. Because it has paper on it. On each side of that 3M tape like that, there's paper. So you got to do that. And like I said, that's pretty much it. I do apologize for one thing. This brand of lights I bought, most of their lights are made in Taiwan. I bought these assuming they were. I got them, and lo and behold, they were made in China. So I apologize for that. I normally don't do that. If I can buy American, I do buy American, and I could have made sure I had American made, but I was too late in the game to before I noticed. Like I said, I apologize for that. But hey, lights look good. I don't think I have to worry about them for a long time. The new LED driving lights we put in last week, and the new fender marker lights. God bless you. God bless America. Say a prayer for somebody today. See ya.